Hello and welcome back to Balanced in 12. This one is Reflect and Reset. Today we are slowing down to look back before we move forward. So we're going to do an end of the week review, celebrate wins, understand what worked and maybe what didn't, and reset with intention. All right, so this page is your personal check-in, a reset button that brings clarity, grace, and momentum. So first thing that we have is we have a page to color. We are able to color, calm our mind. It helps us shift from go mode to reflect mode. Whether you color the whole page or just for a second, give yourself that time to transition before you start filling it out. Okay, we just took a moment to take a deep breath. We created that moment for stillness before we dive in to reflect and reset. I'm not going to make you watch me color, so take your time, pause me if you need to, if you want to get into this before we start, and just start coloring. But I'm going to proceed and just go right in. So what we're going to start with is we're going to start with 3 things that went right this week. This is our wins and gratitude section. So what 3 things went right for you this week? So let's take a moment to fill these in. Okay, so we have our wins and gratitudes written out, the 3 things that went right this week. So whether they're big or small, it's what did you do? How did you feel? Was it an experience that felt like a win? Remember that gratitude changes how we see everything else. So even as simple as mine is, payroll went smooth. I mean, everyone clocked in and out. That's a win. That is a win. It makes me grateful. My husband washed and gassed my car. How amazing is that? It was taken care of. I was ready to go for the week. And then dinner went by the plan. Like, we made a meal plan and it went forward. Having those thoughts makes you just realize other things that are great as well. So gratitude changes how we see everything else. All right, now we're going to talk about how the week felt. This is what drained me and what gave me energy or brought me joy. This is helping us protect our energy and notice the patterns. So let's take a moment and fill this out. Okay, so when you have your what drained me and what brought me joy, you can look back on these too. Either when you're at lack of energy or joy, what can you do to revitalize that? And also, what drained me? If there's a pattern, how can we break that pattern? Now, systems and self-care. How did I take care of myself this week? Really, we can write anything from did we get quiet time, a nap? Maybe you just said no to something that needed said no to. Remember, self-care isn't a luxury, it's maintenance. So let's take a pause and fill something out, hopefully that we did for ourselves. And if we're not filling it out this week, we're being mindful that we can fill it out for next week. We're on to learning and growth. What surprised me this week? That can be, what did we learn? It might be something about ourselves, our work, how we handle stress. We can use this space just for a journal style reflection. Maybe something big came up. But what surprised us this week? So, what surprised me this week? And so I put my energy spent on something I could not control. Now, why did that surprise me? Because typically I keep that in check. I really work hard on it. And so allowing it to consume me surprised me. It just took me out of my norm, but I really did allow something to overtake my energy. And I'm going to move on from that, but I wrote it down. I'm going to keep myself accountable. All right, now we are on to productivity and goals. What did you complete that had maybe had been planned? Maybe it hadn't been planned, but what did you complete? And then what didn't get done and why? Now, this isn't about judgment, it's about insight. I had a week not too long ago where I looked at this section and I thought, oh my goodness, I got nothing done. But when I really looked closer, I realized I handled an unexpected family thing, supported someone, and took care of myself when I felt burned out. That's not failure, that's life. And I learned to start redefining what productivity means to me. So this section isn't, and also this section, what didn't I get done, isn't here to shame us. It's here to teach us. Sometimes we didn't finish something because it wasn't the right priority. Like, take that as something that's worth noticing about yourself. It's okay that it didn't get done. So let's take a moment and fill out this section. Now we're going to end with some hope. What's something we are looking forward to? A plan, a feeling, a break, an intention. It creates a gentle bridge between this week and next week. And don't forget, after we pause and we write this down, we want to look over what we wrote. Is there a theme? And what's one small change that we can carry into next week? If there's something that you want to really highlight it. If there's something big, circle it. Have it as something you can come back to. All right, let's fill in our last section and then wrap this up. Okay, we just reflected with honesty and grace, and that is how we grow. Use this insert every week to track your inner progress, not just your to-dos. Tag us if you share it on social media. We'd love to see it. Thanks.